Well, after a quick 2.5 hour bus ride from Medellin, we have come to the quiet little mountain town hidden in the hills of Antioquia, a town that you probably have never heard of, but I'll tell you what, local Colombians all know about this place, and there's a beautiful reason for it. Welcome to the town of Betania. Now, Betania is like a little small town, and actually the town itself is beautiful. So here's the plan for today. We are going to start off by exploring this beautiful little town. As you can tell, it is literally nestled in the middle of the hills and mountains of Antioquia. And the great thing is that even though we're in the mountains, it's still warm. It's not like in Ecuador or in Peru where you're in the mountains and you're shivering. It's not like that anymore. Even though I'm in the shade, I'm still feeling warm. The temperature is nice because, like I said, this is not just the mountains, it's sort of like a jungly mountain vibe to it. But let's go ahead, let's explore Betania, and let's see what this beautiful little town that's only about 3 hours away from Medellin has to offer the Colombian public. Is known for its viewpoints, and we will be visiting other viewpoints here around the city in a bit, but look at this incredible view right behind me. Literally the mountains of Antioquia just spread out, and as you can see, it's so green, it's so lush. There's so many like plants and farmland and everything, and you can see the little roads that the locals here use, the different farms. It's incredible. I mean, I don't know why people are talking about Betania more, but definitely if Colombians are coming here, you know that the foreigners should be coming here. But this is like a little hidden gem of Antioquia. I'm so happy that we found it. I mean, literally, look at the mountains behind me. I have not seen anything this beautiful in a very long time, and it is just incredible. Welcome to the plaza principal of Betania, the main park plaza, and you can see there's a lot of people and it's hectic. There's music, there's life. Okay, look, honestly, when I searched up Betania on Google Maps, I thought it was like a tiny little sleepy town with no one, and it was like going to be really quiet and there would be nothing. But I am so wrong. Look at this place. This is as busy as like Salento or Finlandia or any of those really popular tourist destinations in the Eje Cafetero, except I think I'm the only tourist here. I think I'm the only foreign tourist here. I think there are other Colombians who come from Medellin and other cities to visit over the weekend in Betania. But aside from that, it doesn't have all that sort of international tourism that some other parts of Colombia have. It's incredible. And the plaza is this like nice shady place. You've got restaurants out here, some cafes, some juice kiosks, some people selling obleas and some desserts here. So it is a really nice place to just chill and hang out. And I have to say, I am loving it. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving the fact that it's so local. And I'm loving that this is sort of like a hidden gem here in Colombia that a lot of people don't actually come and explore. So Betania has been great so far. This is the Plaza Principal. That is the main church, the main cathedral of Betania. So let's go ahead and check out the Church of Betania. The church, I have to say, it is a living, functioning, breathing church. I mean, it's literally, I just saw like a little grandma in there praying. And the thing is, the church, it's much taller and bigger than I expected. It's actually bigger than the other churches I've seen in smaller towns around Colombia. Like, for example, the church in Salento is actually smaller than this church here. It's big, it's new, and apparently the old lady was telling me that recently their pastor had put a statue of San Rafael at the front of the church. So big change for them here in the local community. But I think people here are just shocked that there's an international tourist here. It's not common for international tourists to visit Betania, which is why everyone here has been so friendly. They're like, welcome to Betania, welcome to this part of our country. It's beautiful. And to be fair, the people here have been absolutely incredible. They've been blowing me away with their hospitality. The church, really, really nice sort of area to go into and look around. Here in Betania, not actually for the church, we're here for what's outside of the church. So about 30 minutes walking, we're about to get to some of the most important attractions here in Betania. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get the hike started. This is a really busy town. There's like a lot of like lounges, people drinking, people playing billiards, people playing cards, people playing games. It's like a really lively place, and it's super local. Like look, these buildings here have been around for hundreds of years. They haven't renovated it like they have in Salento, Betania. This is like literally how they look like, the traditional types of Colombian homes. I never expected to find such a gem here in Betania, but the more I'm spending time walking around the little town, the more I'm loving it. Now, when you're in the town of Betania, a lot of things are named after this thing called Farallones. There's like restaurant Farallones, bar Farallones. Actually, the name of my hotel is Hotel Farallones. And the reason for the name of Farallones is because if you see over there, there is a really tall mountain that's almost like covered in the clouds. That mountain is called Farallones, which is why a lot of the things around here are called Farallones. But I didn't realize they had such tall mountains here in Antioquia. I thought Antioquia, I mean, I know it was hilly. I knew it would be like with valleys and everything. I just didn't know that they would have mountains that were that tall. And the crazy part is, even though they're so tall, this entire area is lush, it's green, it's covered in trees and greenery. It's not barren like in other parts of the world when we have really tall mountains, which makes this place all the more incredible. People of Betania are so friendly just along this hike alone. At least 2 people have asked me if I need a ride to get up there. And it's so incredibly nice. Like the people here are so friendly. Like they're just taking time of the day. They're like, hey, I can give you a free ride if you want, but I'm gonna keep hiking. I'm gonna work for the view at the end of the day. But still, people here in Betania, super friendly, super nice, super just really amazing people here in Betania so far. We've come out here into the Colombian countryside. Literally, there's a mountain, there's actually a river right down here. And here is the Casa de la Guitarra, or a house of the guitar, literally shaped like a guitar. And it is incredible that they built a house shaped like a guitar. But let's go learn more about it, because if I'm correct, this used to be the house of a very famous like musician here from Betania. House of the guitar, or a guitar house, was the home of Jesus Maria Restrepo de Les, a really famous Colombian musician who was famous for his guitar, and which is why his house is literally shaped like a guitar. Like literally, look above me right now. If you see that circle, that's the circle that makes up, you know, the middle part of the guitar. They've literally turned the house into a guitar, and he is one of the most famous people from Betania who really made very famous music. He received like a lot of national awards for his music, and that's how really like people really recognize Betania and put him on the map because of his music. But for me, the house is great, and then you can see like at the end, like that's like where the end of the guitar would be, just like, you know, where you put your fingers on, and that's where the end would be. But what's interesting is that they've literally preserved this home just like the way the singer used to have it, which means all the old furniture, all of his old appliances, they're all here, his old coffee maker, you can see it, his old tables, chairs, everything. It's historic. It's like a living piece of a rural Colombian village. And I know I've seen a lot of it in Salento in Finlandia, but this is Antioquia. We're in a different province, and the things that you see here are definitely very, very different. But it is his house, literally in the shape of a guitar from decades ago, preserved to what it is today. They've got a nice restaurant, they've got a garden and everything, but the house and the way everything is preserved, that's what's really impressive to me.
You can see all the old appliances from Velez. His guitar, all the way up there, all the speakers, the radios, and all of these machines here, and then you got a Sony speaker, which is still working. This is actually where the music is coming out from, so it's pretty cool that they still got a working speaker here, but wow.
It honestly is very surprising to me. And this is not just the House Museum, but this is the Casa Museo Betania. That's the House Museum of Betania. So he's represented the entire community and turning his house into a museum, but really, really incredible.
Muchas gracias.
We were supposed to have to ride all the way up, but we got a car, we got a hitchhike. Let's hope this makes it a lot easier. Well, that was a great hitchhike, but we are now back at our final stop for the day before we head back to Betania. This is a pretty incredible place because it kind of is like Machu Picchu. In fact, people here locally know that as Machu Picchu. I'm gonna call it Machu Picchu, but this is the Machu Picchu of Betania, the Machu Picchu of Colombia, and it is a viewpoint that's gonna give you some insane views of the area. Let's go ahead and hike up there first, and then I'll show you exactly why this place is called Machu Picchu. There are some stands right here at the front before I can hike up. People are trying to get me to try things.
Aquí estoy con mi amigo Kevin, él está trayendo los famosos postres.
Sí.
Los hace Sandra la mamá, muy bueno, aquí en Machu Picchu. También los está ofreciendo. Y también yo tengo para ofrecerles de todo, vea. También estamos granizados. Oiga, granizados de manzana verde.
Sí.
Tenemos la michelada, cervecita michelada, tenemos la gaseosita, tenemos los fiambres, los tamales, todo aquí en Machu Picchu, un pequeño de Betania. Ese fue que lo regalé, dígale a la people pues que lo regalé.
He's giving me this cake to try. It's de tu mamá. Ella se lo hace en casa. Ah, so his mom makes this. It's a maracuya dessert. I mean, since we're already here, we might as well try it out, shouldn't we?
So,
let's go for it. His mom knows exactly what to do. It's got a little bit of sourness on maracuya, but sweetness from the actual pudding itself. Wow, that is really good. It's muy rico. Muy rico. That is delicious.
Kevin Flores,
Ajá.
_12.
Vale, eso lo voy a escribir aquí en la pantalla.
Kevin Flores, _12.
Muy bien.
con él.
De nada. I think they really don't get any tourists here. Everybody wants to take a photo with me. I think it's very rare for international tourists to come here, so that's incredible. But let's go ahead and finally get up to the top of Machu Picchu. Correct something because this old lady back in Betania corrected me about this and she was very, very clear about this. This place isn't a ruin. So actually calling it Machu Picchu isn't really right because Machu Picchu is all about ruins. This is not a ruin. Actually, it's a piece of artwork that was created by an artist that's not from here, not from Antioquia, but he's from another province here in Colombia, and he came here and built this. It was built a few years ago, so it's been around for a few years, but it just hasn't gained the notoriety that, you know, Machu Picchu has, because these are still not ruins. Now, I have to say, the artist, he knew what he was doing. The location here is incredible, but it is still at the end of the day a piece of art. It is not a ruin, so even though we call it Machu Picchu, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was built by some ancient civilization like the Incans. It wasn't the Incans who built this, it was just a modern day artist who decided this will be a great spot to build a viewpoint.
You can see down there, that is where the house of the guitar was, literally shaped like a guitar. And then that over there is the river that runs through this entire area. It's a really, really nice river. And actually, a lot of people do fishing and they do a bit of swimming, but of course, I didn't actually bring my swim shorts, so we're not going to do that. But the sun is setting, so we're just going to relax here right on the Machu Picchu Antioqueño and enjoy the incredible views of this place. Well, with that, what an incredible sunset here at the Machu Picchu of Antioquia. You can literally see the towns below near the river lighting up, and then all the way over there, that's the town of Betania. That's where we're going back to. We gotta go back there. We can't sleep here. Although it would actually be really, really cool to camp here. And I don't think anyone would probably check if you did sleep here. But regardless, it is getting chillier and it is getting dark. The clouds sort of cover the mountains, which meant that we didn't really get to see the sun actually set. But with the drone shots, with the amazing footage of the mountains here, I think that was one of the most incredible sunsets. I mean, literally, this is the Machu Picchu of Antioquia. And sure, it's not the Machu Picchu of Peru. If you want to see that, you can see my other video about that. But it is incredible. It is easily one of the most beautiful places. I mean, literally, look at this place. And it's not as busy as other places in Colombia. It's not as busy as Medellín or Salento. You literally only have tourists here from Medellín, from Armenia, from towns around here who come and visit Betania because it's such a beautiful place. But wow, honestly, one of the most incredible things, I think, in my opinion, one of the best kept secrets of Colombia. Let's first go ahead and head back because I don't want to be walking in the darkness. Well, we have finally made it back to Betania. Let's talk about Betania, because for me, Betania has been potentially my favorite spot in all of Colombia. I'm pretty sure in this town right now, I'm the only foreigner here, which is incredible because this is such a beautiful place. It's in the mountains, you've got the Machu Picchu, you've got the Casa de la Guitarra, the guitar house. There's actually quite a lot to see. The center is really, really beautiful. It's really cute. And yet, foreigners aren't coming here. I feel like it's going to explode in the upcoming years, especially since it's such an easy day trip to do from Medellín. But definitely one of my favorite places in all of Colombia. I would say the Machu Picchu, of course, it's not the real Machu Picchu, it's not the real thing, and after seeing the real thing, nothing can compare to that. But the location of it, the mountains in the back, it is honestly something incredible. Like I said, they're not real ruins, they're fake, but nonetheless, it is still an incredibly beautiful place to visit. I would usually say, like I said, Betania, top of my list. Most of the people who come here are usually locals from Medellín or from Pereira. They're from the area. They just come to Betania just to enjoy the mountains and have a quick escape. This is probably one of my favorite spots in all of Colombia. Small town, and honestly, a day, maximum 2 days, and you should see everything here, but still really, really beautiful. And the people here are just some of the nicest I've met, from people who are like driving back to the couple who I walked back with, to just locals here in the local town, in the park. It has honestly been one of the most incredible places I could have asked for. With that view, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did,
definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more food and travel videos. Betania, some place that most of you guys probably have never heard of, but in my opinion, one of my favorites in all of Colombia. With that, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.